Hello everyone, I am back with another kind of off-the-cuff reaction video here. I'm going to be talking today a little bit about something called Christian nationalism that's kind of being thrown around out in the world. My initial idea for these videos was to kind of have a raw feel to them where it's just me and my cell phone. And maybe one day I'd need better recording equipment and better place to do all this stuff. Right now I'm in my car, so it's in my minivan, so it's extra raw. I was just out running errands. I don't really have anywhere to record today. Some wonderful brother and sister in Christ, their family, their house flooded while they were on vacation. And so we're watching some of their children for them. So we got a house full of kids. So I'm just recording this out in the parking lot while I'm running errands because my van is nice and cool and well insulated and quiet. But this is something I really wasn't aware of until the other day. One of my friends brought it up at our men's study. This concept of Christian nationalism apparently is something that's being plastered all around on all the different news stations, which almost all mainstream media is really propaganda for progressives, so I don't ever watch it, and that's how I'd never really even heard of this concept of Christian nationalism before. I know that must sound weird for people who watch the news, but I had no idea that was even a thing. But I looked it up, and my friend showed me some of the definitions of it. Some of them from Wikipedia, some of them from news media outlets, basically, again, left-wing propaganda. Basically putting this idea out there, there's all these Christians. Let's just first go ahead and start with our terms. So what do we mean by this? They define this in two ways. One is that these are these Christians that are somehow associated with Trump. They love Trump. They worship Trump. I just want to go ahead and say this. I'm a Christian. And the first point I would bring against this is I'm a Christian. I know thousands of Christians. And I don't know any of them who worship Trump. Some of them like him. Some of them are okay. Some of them think he was our best option. But, they prefer someone who is a really strong Christian or their values aligned a little better. Some think he's great, but none of them I know worship him. And some of them I know, they don't really care for him at all. They're not even really convinced that he has, Christians' best interests at heart. But, I think he was our best options the last two elections, but that's me. But anyway, I don't know anybody who is just 100%, devoted to him, especially Christians. We don't look for a politician to save us. Yes, we're going to vote our values and we're going to vote our beliefs, but we don't look for any one human to save us. And then that brings me to the next part of the definition. Apparently these Christian nationalists are doing something so horrible because they're trying to vote their beliefs into law. I just want to say, what kind of argument is this? This is an absurd claim to level against somebody. Are you honestly telling me that people should, if they honestly, truly believe something, they should be voting in opposition of what they believe? Do you really think that? Can you honestly tell me that's what you do? You don't try to vote your beliefs. You believe something strongly and passionately. You believe it is 100% true, so you vote the opposite of that? Are you serious? That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Everybody should be voting for what they believe is true. If you believe something's true, but you vote the opposite of that, my God, help us. Okay, that's all I got to say about that. Second of all, I would say whatever is good for the goose is good for the gander. What I mean by that is all these arguments I hear thrown around lately, they're very one-sided arguments as far as they're very hypocritical. Okay, so you say Christians can't vote their values and their ideas, but then you vote your values and ideas, so we're supposed to vote your values and ideas also? Another issue would be these guys that just these baseball players that just went out and they didn't wear pride flags on their uniforms because they were Christian. I thought what they said was very true, very biblical, maybe even overly generous, really, really good, strong statement that, they love those people. Christians don't hate people because of the sins they commit. We know everybody commits sins, even us. So we can't hate people just because they commit sin. We would hate everyone. We believe every single person is a sinner, even us. Okay? We love those people, but we don't condone their actions. And so lately, everybody wants to say, well, Jesus hung out with sinners, and this and that. Well, he didn't condone the sin. He went in there for a rescue mission. Okay? He went in there to rescue them from their sin, so they no longer had to be slaves to sin. They could be free. So yes, we're supposed to love people who sin, but we don't condone their sin. That's a whole different thing. Yes, sin is bad for you. A lot of times it's destructive for your life and for other people's lives. Okay, so I heard a sports commentator saying that, these people aren't being accepting of these homosexuals, ideas and principles. Well, you're doing the exact same thing you're accusing Christians of doing. You're not being accepting of our beliefs and values. And they won't wear a flag condoning my beliefs. Well, you're not wearing a Christian cross to condone my beliefs. So what's good for the goose is good for the gander. I'm a school teacher. I'm an art teacher. I teach every year. My students, somebody will ask me something like, Mister, it's a minute until it's time for the bell to ring to go home. Can we go since it's only a minute? I say, well, if it's only a minute, then you won't mind staying, right? Because turnaround's fair play. If it's only a minute, then it's only a minute, right? If it's only a minute for you, it's only a minute for me. If me not accepting your beliefs because of my beliefs is not accepting your beliefs, then you're not accepting my beliefs. I don't know if that's kind of convoluted, but you're being a hypocrite. You're doing the exact same thing you're accusing us of doing. Okay, the next thing, one of the biggest nails in the coffin of this idea is that this nation is founded on Christian ideas. Now, I go into this topic in great detail in another video, or at least greater detail, and I explain this position a lot more thoroughly, and I'll try to link that at the end of the video. But you can't have morals that are founded on nothing. So I tell this to my atheist friends all the time. They're good people. They say this is right, this is wrong. I say, well, wait, whoa. You're an atheist. You're a naturalist. There is no right and wrong in your world. You're borrowing from my worldview. My worldview is the one that says good and evil is a thing. You only believe in what's natural, what's tangible. You don't believe in good and evil. There's no good particle. You can't measure evil with science, right? Where is it? How much does it weigh? That's a Christian idea. That's a religious idea, right? And so, I'm sorry for people to know this out there, but morals, all of our laws, they're Christian morality baked into them. And a lot of the things you believe, even if you're an atheist, you're living as if Christianity is true, even though you claim that you don't believe in it, because our society, Western society, Western culture is steeped in thousands of years of Christianity and Judeo-Christian thinking. And then finally, I would just say this, a lot of the stuff, I think it's out and out lies. It's like saying that Christians just want to go around murdering people for Donald Trump, which, like I said, is absolutely a straw man. Christians don't want to murder people. They want to save lives. They want, even their enemies, they pray for them to get saved and that they can spend eternity at peace in a loving relationship with their Creator. Okay, so there's no such thing as a Christian that wants to murder people. If you're really wanting to murder people, you have that kind of thing in your heart, maybe you should go question your own salvation and make sure you are saved. But I would finally say this, that nationalism in and of itself is not a bad thing. One of the things that's happened is the public school system has so thoroughly and utterly failed people that you only get out of high school knowing, one or two things. And one of those things is that Hitler is bad, but you don't know why he was bad necessarily. You weren't taught that. And so a lot of people are like, well, Hitler was a nationalist. Being a nationalist is not what Hitler did that was bad. Loving your country, accepting that you were born there, and appreciating your own culture and values, that's not a bad thing. Okay, what was bad about Hitler is that he started wars and committed genocide and murdered people. That's what Hitler did that was bad. And everything Hitler did, Hitler had a hair. Oh, well, we can't have hair. Hair was bad, right? Hitler wore shoes. Well, we got to go barefooted. So just because Hitler did something doesn't necessarily mean it was bad, right? Yes, he claimed to have national pride, but that wasn't his greatest evil, right? So let's get that straight as well. Are Christian nationalists, as defined, like the way they're being defined in the mainstream media, are they a threat? First of all, I think that those kind of people that they're talking about are such a small minority of people that they're almost non-existent. Second of all, it wasn't Christian nationalists that burnt down our country all summer in 2020. It wasn't Christian nationalists that tried to break into the Supreme Court's house the other day and kill them. It wasn't Christian nationalists that are out running over people. It isn't Christian nationalists going up shooting up schools. No, this is not a threat, especially when this country is founded on Christian ideas. All right, guys, I would love to hear your comments. I haven't thoroughly and fully fleshed this out necessarily in my mind because I just heard about this idea the other day. I would love to hear your thoughts on it. If you don't agree with me, let me know why in the comments. If you do, but you think I left something out, let me know. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing. I'm trying to grow this channel. I know, like I said, good audio and good video would help, but right now that wasn't the vision I had for this channel, but I might change. If the nature of this vlog has to change in order to reach people, I'll do what I got to do. Okay? All right, guys. Until next time, be blessed. I will see you on the next video. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing.